you guys are doing good. What's today? Thursday, I think. Hanging out in my backyard, about to get some landscaping done. Check out what we're about to put right here. I'm proud of my landscaping, as you can tell. About to plant all those and make it nice, make our backyard a little oasis. Got some new flowers over there. Got a plant. Keep saying low network connection. Maybe I should get off of when you come on, let me know if you can hear me all right. Let me know if the connection's good. What's up, Michael? What's up, Orlando? Give me a shout out. Let me know you're here, where you're from. Connect. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, great. Claudia says all good. Well, great. What's up, Gerber? Okay, perfect. Let's let some people hop on and let them all flood in. Hope you guys are doing good. Big Mama, you shared it over there? We got Big Mama on the swing over there. You can't really see her, but she's over there. We got Big Mama over there in that swing. There she is. There she is. She don't like when I show her when she don't have her makeup on. You know how women are, right? What's up, Colton? All right. So I wanted to talk to you guys about all this money printing, right? What does that have to do with you, and what's the significance of it, right? So just so you know, guys, so the trillions of dollars they've printed, I think we're at like what, 26 trillion dollars in debt and counting. It's going to probably go up to 30 here soon. I'm sure they've printed trillions. They've already come out, the Fed's already come out and said, well, we're willing to print as much money as we have to ease the pain. What's up, Leo, Larry? So what does that have to do with you and me, real estate investors, the average consumer? It has everything to do with you as an investor if you're not paying attention to that. Because they did the same thing in 2008, right? It was the big pump and dump, right? Right, the big pump and dump. And they don't just have a bunch of money in the back basin, right? They literally print it out of thin air, digitally in the basement at the Federal Reserve, lend it to our government at interest. It's a big Ponzi scheme, by the way, if you hadn't figured that out. For one, it devalues the dollar, for sure. But the biggest benefactor of inflation is real estate investors. Why? I mean, if you're buying, look, they just printed 3-4 trillion, just like we had in 08. Asset prices went into a bubble after that, right? They went into a bubble. So you can't control all this craziness, right? So you might as well align yourself to try to profit, or how can you benefit or not, or get out of the way of the train, or try to catch some of the train. And the way you're going to do that is you've got to get into some hard assets. You got to get into real estate. You got to get into maybe, obviously, I wouldn't advocate stocks and bonds and all that, because I have no idea any of that works. But I know real estate, historically speaking, every time they print money, the value of my property just about doubles every 10 years, right? The property I bought in 2000, all the property I bought like in 2005 and 6, it pretty much almost, I'd say, I don't want to say double, but it was pretty damn close in some properties, right? Oh, I'm breaking up a little. How about now? Is that better? So understand, like, if you guys understand, you got to play the game of buying assets, holding on to them, and understand that when they print money, it's not good for the average consumer, because you're gonna have some inflation. The price of cars is gonna go up. The price of food's gonna go up. But if you're in hard assets like real estate, that's all gonna go up too, and so you're gonna get massive appreciation through inflation, right? Now, so if all you're doing, guys, is flipping and wholesaling, and you're not gonna take advantage of this wave, you're gonna lose a lot of uncaptured money, uncaptured equity that you could have captured if you'd have bought some properties. Now, I'm not saying go out and buy all kind of properties. Make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you understand what's going on, right? There's a big pump and dump right now. They're printing money. The Federal Reserve's let me go over here. I don't have that great, or actually let me turn off the Wi-Fi right here. I can still stay right here. It's the Wi-Fi. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me turn off the yeah, there we go. Hold on 1 second. Let me just go over here. Wi-Fi is bad right here by the pool. But when you print money like that, you gotta understand why they're printing money too, right? They're trying to get us out of this slowdown. And if they can print money and cause inflation, they can try to make the debts go away. What do I mean by that? If they can make all the asset prices rise through inflation, it's a way to get out of the hole that they're in, right? It's a way to get out of the debt that they're in. So now, is it right or wrong? I don't know. I mean, we don't really control that, but there's got to be some long-term ramifications to that. We haven't seen it yet. I mean, for years after 2008, everybody said the economy was going to crash, and it never crashed then. I think, until every country says, "Hey, look, we're tired of the U.S. dollar," which we're the world reserve currency. I'm tired of if all the countries get together and say, "Hey, we're tired of you manipulating all the economy, printing money out of thin air," which all the governments are printing money anyway. But you got to realize the world reserve currency is the dollar. So the rest of the world takes our dollars, which kind of it basically hedges us against hyperinflation because other people take our dollars, right? Thanks for your time, Chris Rood, watching from London. Would it be bad for the dollar as it's a global currency considering the American debt increasing? What's your view on it? I mean, look, at the end of the day, if everybody's going to print money, I'd rather be in the States. I'd rather be in the United States if all the countries are going to print money. Why? Because the rest of most of the countries around the world take the dollar, right? If you live in Argentina or Mexico, right, or England, and y'all print money, or say Japan freaking prints money like crazy, right? Their GDP is freaking, is outrageous, super outrageous as far as, their, what they call that, anyway, I don't want to get off into a long dissertation on stuff that most people probably wouldn't even understand. But you have to understand that if you're in the U.S., you probably have a huge advantage over most people, because what's happening is they print this money. Britain still uses the dollar. A lot of people in Middle East still want the dollar. So it's basically taking all of our dollars and spreading it out throughout the whole world. Which that's how we get away with printing money out of thin air, because we're the world reserve currency. But this is good in a sense if you're in real estate, because asset prices are going to boom. Right? That's right, the petrodollar. Japan is like GTA stimulated economy. Yep, no doubt. No doubt about it, man. So, with that said, let me see some of these questions you guys are having. Exactly, it's what the Weimar Republic did after World War II, and all the debts slapped across the Germans, print like crazy to erode debt, but destroy the people. Yeah, that's the thing, guys. I'm glad you're bringing that up, Matthew. The problem is when you print money like that, it kills the middle class. It freaking crushes the middle class, because most middle class, they work at a job. They don't typically invest in real estate that much besides their personal home. Most of their money's tied up in 401k. They get slaughtered over time because then the stocks rise, but then they end up getting crushed here and there, and they lose half of their savings. So guys, I'm telling you, if you're not in real estate and you watching this for the first time, it's the first time you hear me, right now there hasn't been a better time. You had this corona crash, so to speak, the fake pandemic, and now they're printing money out of thin air. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to get hurt, where and I hate to say it, I mean, it's the nature of the beast, but you can benefit from it if you know what you're doing, right? You just don't want to be the one that gets hurt, right? So let me see some of these questions. Colton says, it's removing the value of the dollar, leading into a one world government, one world economy system, all professed in the Bible. I can't disagree with that, man. I can't disagree with that at all. The U.S. dollar is is the least dirty of the dirty shirts. Agreed. Yep, that's right. They're all, look, they all have a lot of dirty laundry, so to speak. Then they're not going to go back to the gold standard. They can't, because then they won't be able to. It's pegged if it's backed by gold and it's pegged to gold, they can't just print money out of thin air, right? Because they're obligated to stick to how much gold reserves they have. So there's a lot of things. Chris, do you believe we'll survive in the long run? Yeah, man, you're human beings. We've been surviving for freaking hundreds of thousands of years. Why wouldn't we survive now, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Chris, do you believe the dollar will survive long run? Hey, that's a great, I'm sorry, I misspoke on that question, Boris. That's a great question. I think let me tell you what my idea is on that. As long as the U.S. has the biggest and greatest and strongest military, probably so. Probably so, because the problem is we reinforce it when another country doesn't want to take our dollars or says, hey, we're going to start our own currency or we're going to do our own thing. Guess what happens? The U.S. sends in their military, right? Look what happened to Libya, Iraq. You know, all those guys are trying to start their own gold-backed or oil-backed currency, right? Gaddafi was trying to start his own currency in Africa, in North Africa, in Libya, and you know, he was doing, I think it was called the dinar. The dinar, he was trying to start basically his own currency, and what happened to them? We freaking invaded them and took them out. They want a bank, a U.S. bank in every freaking country taking dollars in every country. That's how they get away with printing money. That's how we get away with controlling everything. And that's how they get away with the massive corruption, right? But and I'm not telling you to scare you, I'm just telling you so you understand, right? So, I mean, it's kind of an advantage living in the States. It's kind of shitty, but as long as we have the strongest military, Boris, what is other countries going to do, right? Unless every country on the whole planet says, hey, U.S., we're not taking your dollars anymore. It's bullshit what you're doing. That would be the only way I can see that if that would happen. Then they wouldn't better, because if nobody accepts the dollars anymore, then the U.S. would have a serious problem. Do you plan on expanding the essential business that you bought on a local or national basis by making more acquisitions? Absolutely. We just put another 17 units under contract today in Panama City Beach, a little smaller. It's a little smaller mobile home park, but it's in a phenomenal location. Listen, guys, I'm telling you, affordable housing is the wave of the future. I will raise my hand. If I'm wrong, you guys can call me out in the next 5, 10 years, 3, 4 years. If I'm wrong, affordable housing will boom. That's what I'm going all in on affordable housing. Don't go buy some high-end apartment complexes. Don't buy luxury real estate. I'm telling you, buy affordable housing. Wholesale, flip, stack the cash, start a business that's essential, like plumbing, AC, electrical, all these essential businesses. Enroll all your profits in buying, you know, affordable apartments, affordable mobile home parks, affordable single-family homes. Whatever it is that you want to do, as long as it's affordable, right? So yes, to answer your question, yes, I'm scaling my mobile home park business. We're going, you know, I'm gonna probably stay in the South, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, Arkansas. I'd probably do the Carolinas, but as of now, we only have parks in Louisiana and Florida. And Dara says, unification is a very dangerous game in Africa. Yep, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. So many different cultures and tribes and all that. You are bullish on hedging currency in Bitcoin and crypto as a sidestep to the mass monetary inflation we're seeing. Matthew, no, I'm not, because I don't know a damn thing about Bitcoin. I don't understand it. I'm staying away from it. It's too volatile for me. I mean, it goes up and down like the wind blows. I'm not messing with that at all, but I'm staying in real estate. I'm staying in real estate because I know we're going to get massive inflation, guys. For you guys that are just jumping on, you don't know who I am. I'm Chris Rood. I'm a full-time real estate investor. Do a lot of mobile home parks. I invest in apartments, wholesaling, flipping, and we're talking about why if you're going to be in real estate the next 5 to 6 years, you're going to do really, really well if you own hard assets, because they are going to appreciate like crazy from all the money printing. All the trillions of dollars they just printed is going throughout all the markets right now. Now, mostly they're buying up stocks and bonds and all that to keep the stock market propped up. But, you know, you got all that PPP money, you got you got money flowing everywhere, but you're gonna see some massive inflation, right? I'll take some questions if you guys want to talk about something particular. I just wanted to come on and kind of talk to you guys about this. It's interesting because the U.S. is the biggest debtor nation in the whole world. We have more debt than anybody else, but we just keep printing money to pay our debts. It's like, how long can we kick the can down the road before it, you know, it finally collapses? I don't know. They've been saying it's going to collapse for freaking 7-8 years now, and it still hasn't. And then we just printed another, with $3 or $4 trillion, and like nothing, everybody gets free handouts, right? Nothing's free, guys. Nothing's free. Somebody's got to pay for it, right? But everybody wants a free lunch. Everybody wants something that they can say, you know, hey, give me. But eventually, the music's going to stop. I don't know when. They've been calling it for years, but I can't even try to assume that I can predict that, right? Would you rather have 1,000 cash or have it in the bank account? Cash, man. Mark all day cash. And I mean, you don't want to keep all your cash. Let's just say if you got, I don't know, say you got $1 million in cash. You definitely don't want to keep, or even, let's just say 100,000. You don't want to keep all 100,000 in your house, right? I wouldn't do that. I would, you know, what if your house burns down and you ain't got a safe? Or what if you get burglarized, right? Unless you got a really heavy duty safe, I would try to, you know, I would probably do 75 in the bank, 75% of your holdings in the bank, 25% maybe in cash or other stores like silver and gold maybe. They don't have to print as they are already using digital dollars, as they had a meeting on the was forward on Forbes found an article on digital dollars to push stimulus checks. Yep, they just printed up like a freaking computer machine. Section 8 landlords rolling in dough during COVID lockdown. Alfred, dude, I mean, we still did really, really good on all our holdings. Like I was really fortunate because I thought people weren't going to pay. We only had 2 people out of all of our units that didn't pay, right? So, and then they're still talking to us and we're working with them. Steve says, nope, I stay away from stocks, Bitcoin, etc. Real estate is the long game, and I'm in to win it. Awesome, Steve. That's 100% correct, man. Kendrick says, The Creature from Jekyll Island. Absolutely. All you got to read is that book. And for you guys that want to understand the banking system, you know, what it's about, how we got here, how they can just print money out of thin air. It's a big Ponzi scheme, and it's a big scam, right? But what you're going to do about it is not a damn thing you can do about it. Have you used OPM to purchase properties, crowdsourcing, or use friends' money? Yep, I have. I'm using private money for a few deals right now. Any tips for wholesalers trying to transition to fix and flip? Yeah, don't do a whole lot of fix and flip. That's my advice to you. It ain't that cool. This is what we typically do. If it needs more than 20 grand worth of work, I'm not typically flipping it. I only want to wholesale and wholetail, unless it's in a great area. And I'll if it needs 30, I'll do 30, maybe even 40. If it has to be a grand slam dunk home run deal. Otherwise, dude, I'm telling you, look, flipping ain't that great. Don't watch all those HGTVs shows with all the beautiful blondes and all they drive around in G wagons and they make millions of dollars and there's no problems. It's all bullshit, man. There's a lot of issues that go into flipping houses. So typically we're wholesaling about 60 to 70% of our deals. We're wholetailing about 20%, and we may be flipping maybe 10-15%. That's right. Fire, I don't know if I pronounce your name. Wish I could print my own way out of debt. Yeah, that's called counterfeit, and you go to jail for that. But for some reason, the Federal Reserve can do it and get away with it, and it's just called quantitative easing, right? Makes sense of that. Chris, what do you think about using Facebook ads for generating leads, and how much And how much are your expenses with that method per deal? I just got started doing it. Typically, I mean, I like Facebook ads. This is what I don't like though. Recently, Facebook changed their algorithm where you can't get super targeted with who you want to target for real estate. So that kind of messed up lead flow. So it's not, I'm gonna be honest, it's not as lucrative as it used to be. But I mean, you can still get deals. I mean, I'm still getting deals off of it, right? But it's not as good. But we're typically spending, with a market that's got maybe 150, 200,000 people in there, we might spend $700 to $800 a month. If you're a market with say 700,000-800,000, you just spend about $1,200 a month and just run ads per market. I'm in 6 markets, so but you got to split test it, right? You got to split test and see. So let's see. Do you think rent prices will sustain in the long run? I think so. I think more people will keep renting. I mean, I don't think America's getting richer, is getting poorer, and more people are going to rent. So I think they're going to hold strong. Rent prices don't hold strong when the middle class does really, really well and they can buy their own house. And that's exactly what the government, or I say the government, the powers that be don't want. They don't want a strong middle class, right? Too many people are doing too good. Then everybody starts voting conservative because they want to keep up the good economy, right? So, but as long as there's a working class and credit tightens up as far as buying houses, and we have booms and busts, there's always going to be a huge rental market, especially in the affordable housing range. But I definitely think long run they will sustain. I don't think they're going to crash. I think we're only going to I mean, rents historically have went up and up and up. They've never went down. So I don't see that going any differently here soon. Just took a $5K assignment fee, but fix and flipper are gonna make $50K plus, but repairs will be $40 to $60. You probably should have made a little bit more. You probably should have got $10,000 for that deal, Marcus. Yeah, you probably gave that deal away too cheap. But you live and you learn, right? I remember when I first got into wholesaling, I felt bad almost making more than $5,000, and you realize that you can make a lot more in deals. I mean, I gave deals away for $5,000 that I should have made $20,000 on sometimes, right? There are some deals I made 20, I should have made 40. So, yeah, that's right. They took away the zip code targeting. What's up, Chris? You ready for the aliens, dude? Fuck, I don't know. I'm about ready for I'm ready for asteroids. I'm ready just about for anything right now. Like what's next? Now they're talking about how the second wave's about to hit. Don't believe that shit, guys. Turn your TV off. Like I don't even have cable TV. Like we don't even watch TV. It's pointless. Like don't even watch. They're lying to you. They're lying to you to control the narrative, to manipulate you. George Soros, the Clinton Foundation, they're all funding Antifa. They're all funding Black Lives Matter. Blacks and whites don't hate each other. I don't care what the TV says. You have small isolated instances of people getting killed by blacks or whites or vice versa, or by a cop. It's so small that it's not even worth looking at. But if you watch the TV every day, people are, whites are killing blacks or white cops. It's all bullshit, guys. It's all bullshit. Don't get caught up in it. So I don't want to get too political. Some people are getting upset with me getting too political. But I don't want to give two shits, to be honest with you. So you think it's wise to go after commercial wholesale deals now? Absolutely, Mark. Absolutely. I think that's a great idea to go after commercial. Do you run your social media advertising, or do you outsource that? I have a girl inside my office that's been trained on all that Facebook, PPC. She does it all in-house. That's really the way to go, is to train yourself on how to do it. It's not that hard. Once you hire somebody to train you on how to do it, you'll save a ton of money. Because I mean, you're gonna pay a Facebook marketer $2,000, a manager $2,000 to manage it for you, just on Facebook, and another $2,000 to $2,500 just for PPC. It's not that hard. Or get somebody that you can train and have them do it in your office, or do it yourself. What would be a good investment home park or residential property? Here in the UK, home parks hard to find, or it might be I don't know where to find them, and commercial property needs more experience. What's your take on the 3 home parks, residential, commercial? I think you should stay in residential, right? In 3 home park. Is that mobile home parks, or you mean like a triplex, right? I would stay in affordable housing. I wouldn't commercial. If you're gonna get in commercial, yeah, do like apartments or mobile home parks. But even if you can do single family homes, don't buy some high end luxury house. Buy affordable housing. I mean, we're selling one of our condos right now on the beach, and I'm 1031 exchanging into a park I'm buying in 3 weeks. Because I mean, I like the beach rentals, but they don't really make a whole lot of money. They appreciate over time because they only made so much beach vacation rentals. But the beach rentals, I mean, it's a luxury, right? It's not a necessity, right? Want to fight Soros in a cage match? Oh man, tell me about it. Will you eventually have a commercial REI course in the future? I do. I have a mobile home park course. I could probably add to that. I probably need to add, apartments and commercial buildings. I've wholesaled a few commercial buildings. I wouldn't say I'm an absolute expert, but I know how to do it. I've done it probably 3 or 4 times. Have you ever done direct mailings on mail routes through USPS? I have not. I have not. Hope you're doing good, my brother. I have not. Bring me your questions, guys. Oh, look who we got right here. Oh, she don't want me to show her. Big Mama don't want me to show her.
I'm sitting beside of you, but...
Oh, you're in the doghouse. Don't sit too close to me.
Oh, God, please.
Anyway. Yep. It's a funny thing. We live in crazy times. It's like, how do you prepare for everything that's happened? It's like, I'm really waiting to see what happens next. Like, it'll be really interesting to see what they try to do. Something crazy is going to happen again. They're gonna release the, I don't know, freaking Bigfoots. I don't know. T-Rexes will probably be next. They found T-Rexes in the Amazon, and who knows, dude? Like, anything to scare you guys. Don't fall for it. So I'm in Louisiana and Florida. I bounce back and forth, Junior. But, yep. I mean, at this point in the game, I'm like, I have metrics. Like the past 3 months, we crushed it with our apartments and mobile home parks on all our rentals. They stayed rented. Now, they're not super expensive. Yeah. We're doubling down on that, right? Any words, Big Mom?
What you talking about?
Inflation.
I have not been watching you.
You have not been watching? You haven't watched my life?
I was cooking and eating. It was really good.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to have some massive inflation here soon with all the money printing, but Big Mama don't know about stuff like that. Huh? You know about stuff like that?
I mean, I know the price of Chanel has gone up.
Oh, my gosh. Jesus.
There's inflation in that, too.
Yep. Just got my duplex appraised. Value went up by $75,000 in 2 years. Wow, Eddie. Well, there you go. Like, that's a prime example, guys, of what I've been talking about this whole live. What Eddie White just said, right? Just got my duplex appraised. Value went up from $75,000 in 2 years.
Tell him about. Okay, so I just got a contract on my Orange Beach condo.
I was just telling him about that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
okay,
you can tell him.
Let me tell you how important it is to make stuff so cute that people will overpay for it. Because I just got $8,000 over appraised value on that condo because it was so cute. We bought it in
2014? 6 years ago? Okay.
And we just, I think it was $110,000.
200. We paid $230 for it.
Yeah, but that's what we're gonna make. 110.
No, we're gonna make about $130 on it, I think. Yeah, no, we're making $130. Oh, well, we put down $30,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, we put down $30,000, but that was right after the oil spill, guys. See, it's all timing, guys. Real estate is timing, guys.
It's timing, and it's
we bought that.
Perfect unit.
We bought that right after. You remember it was the BP oil spill, and oil was spilled all over the beach, and like people weren't renting, and values were coming down. That's when you got to go all in. We went and bought something right then and there. We paid $230 for it. We waited 6 years. We rented it out. We had a free place to stay for 6 years. Brought our kids.
We didn't even have it on the market.
And it probably cash flow. It didn't make much money. I mean, no cash flow.
It paid for itself the whole time.
Yeah, it paid for itself. We probably made about $5,000 to $7,000 a year. But now we're at the top of the market, and we're going to sell it, and we're going to pull out 130 grand and get back our other 30 grand, so we get back about 150, and we're going to roll it into a 1031 exchange it into a mobile home park, right? And that mobile home park is going to pay me $6,500 per month, right? Per month, when that unit only made me about $6 grand per year, right? So it's you got to ride the waves, the ebbs and flows of real estate. Buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high, and just keep 1031 exchanging into deals you find. That's why it's really important to have a wholesaling business. Why I teach wholesaling. That's why I advocate wholesaling. Is you have a wholesaling business so you can get access to the best deals. That's the only reason I do direct to seller marketing, because I want to have a constant inflow of deal flow where I can constantly 1031 exchange money. This would be the second 1031 exchange. We 1031 exchange a commercial building, and we 1031 300 grand into another property, and didn't pay any taxes. So if you know the game, guys, you just got to play the game. You got to know it, and that's why I come on here and give you content. I tell you what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. I have courses on this. This game is real. You can make a lot of money doing it, but you have to know the game.
If you are interested, I have a live on my Facebook page. It's set to public about vacation rentals and flipping them like this and picking the right ones. So check out Patty Rood on Facebook, and I have a live talking about all of this. Might help you.
Leslie Morgan, hey, if you guys need any funding, 0%. I do private lending now.
0%.
CuraDexInvestment.com. You guys look good and keep living the dream. 0%. How the hell are you doing 0%?
We need to be best friends.
Skills get deals. That's right. Anyway, guys, what time is it here? I got about 12 minutes left before I got to jump on a conference call. But anyway, get into real estate. You're going to see some massive inflation. You're going to, even though the market may come down a little bit here soon from people losing their jobs, I think it's going to skyrocket. It may only be down for maybe a year, if it even stays down. Who knows? I don't know. It may go popping up, maybe completely wrong, and it just bubbles back up because of all the money they printed. But I still think we're going to see a huge hiccup here soon. I think we'll have at least minimum of a year, maybe a year and a half, 2 years. And then after that, I think, look, for every boom, there's a bust, right? Or every bust, there's a boom. It's going to come, it may come down, but it's going to come back roaring again. And you just gotta know when to play the game. So buy up, raise private money right now. Buy up everything you can that's in a good location, that cash flows, and freaking get ready. Hold on to it. Hold on to it for the next 4 or 5 years. I guarantee you 4 or 5 years from now, you can come back and watch this live and say, Chris was right. I just sold my property for 50% more than what I paid for it, right? So, all right, guys. Hope this helps. Agreed. Addiction recovery, housing is our game, and we're stoked. Awesome. All right, folks. Look, if you're interested in my program, go to chrisrood.com. Book a call with me. I'd love to help you. I'm gonna help you slay it in the real estate game. All right. Peace.